an educator. More specifically, I work with special needs and the intellectually challenged students of our island, and I am involved, very much involved in the football community. I am a unionist. Other than that, I am your regular, good neighbor, next door guy. I offer myself as a candidate for constituency 9, Smith's West. My reason: economic affordability. It would be amazing if Bermuda could produce or manufacture perhaps building supplies. Maybe we could do something with our road surface materials, perhaps. What we do have is that we don't produce anything. Number 2, our present energy bills are extremely high. Demand has caused the island to be shut down, losing power on a few occasions. Maybe hydropower, windmill offshore, perhaps this would be new technology also providing jobs. Number 3, education. I'm not proud of it at this particular point in time. However, it would be delightful to have legislation of non-negotiables specific to the population that I deal with, communicative devices. Number 4, regarding sports. Parents and organizations more so come out of their pocket to assist the respective athlete in their respective sports. The present school structure has played a major part in debilitating national sports, football, cricket, and perhaps track and field. Could we not have a systemic pathway for all sporting prowess? I look forward to having a better Bermuda. With that, I say thank you. I will take questions if there are any.
Yes, sir. Dwight, thank you. What are you dissatisfied with the current administration?
Well, Trevor, I don't wish to disparage. However, I can take the public post to say that all is not right. When it comes to those issues that I just presented, could we do better? Yes. With respect to what impacts on my household, struggling. I know that I'm not the only one. When it comes to the anti-social climate that we have, not satisfied in the least. I have a young son, a young adult son. I am terrified and horrified when he comes home to Bermuda. So I don't need to go into any more, but those few issues is my major concern with the present administration.
And my question, let me clarify my question. My question basically is if you don't want to echo upon this administration's head, why not join them? Why independent?
Well, for some reason, I don't wish to join a party line, something that I may not be comfortable with. So why not be independent? I still want to make a difference. I still want to make a contribution to my community, wider to my country. I feel as though this presently, right now, is the climate to be in this sort of position. This dispensation in time is right for now.
You're a referee in the football soccer arena.
Yes, sir.
You see their behavior. How does that challenge you?
Some things come part and parcel. Just because. The however is that when lines become blurred, when you have young individuals saying things that are beyond the sporting fraternity, such as I'm going to come after your family, or you don't know who I am, or you don't know what I do, then there is a problem when it comes to that. So obviously there is there is a need for those particular individuals to be perhaps challenged in another area where they can be perhaps more productive in society.
What might you bring to bring about change or to help or even to sort out the challenges of a young black male and the gang activity and the violence and the shooting? What might you
It's
bring
about
to that?
about Travis. Interesting that you should say that. Just because I had mentioned my young adult son, I had a conversation with a few individuals a while ago, and we don't want to do away with anyone in our society in that capacity because Bermuda is small. Okay, so what if we have these young gentlemen who are enjoying the pursuits of holding handguns and committing violent acts? However, they have not been prosecuted for it. So maybe that particular skill set that they have, they can be part of a military force and they can be trained in another way. The idea is to change the paradigm of thought, get them out of that particular culture that they find themselves mired in.
My last question: unemployment for the same individuals. What might you say to that
Education,
notion?
education, sir. Uh, uh, the reality of it is that we all cannot be doctors. We all not. We all can't be lawyers and walk around town for briefcase. What about vocational? People have been very successful with plumbing, with putting their hands to whatever, carpentry, um, tiling. We there seemingly is a dying industry where I just built my house a few years ago, and I asked the subcontractors, "Who's coming behind you?" I said, "Mr. Jackson, we have no answer for that." So perhaps if we can push those young men into trades and uh, uh, vocational pursuits, because there's some brilliant guys out there. I want to say that it takes tact and a bit of smartness to be a criminal. I'm sure it does, and not to get caught. So channel that into a different direction.
Thank you.
Just a few questions for
Sure.
you, Mr. Jackson. You stated in your remarks that you are not proud of Bermuda's education system as it stands now. Can you elaborate on why you hold that view?
Okay, so 27 years in, all right, when I first started teaching, the school population was anywhere upwards of 17,000 plus. Presently, we are barely at 4,000. So it's out of the product. And I know that there are some things that people say, well, the birth rate is low and so on. But what about the droves of people that's leaving Bermuda for other opportunities? What about the product that's being presented that encourages parents to put their children in private school, home school, boarding school, or no school? So there is an opportunity perhaps now to do better.
Understood. And have you begun canvassing in C9? And if so, what have you been hearing on the doorsteps from constituents?
Unfortunately, no, I have not had the opportunity to canvass as of yet, but no doubt I know many people in the constituency, but their issues are everyone else's issues. So there's a commonality that we have an opportunity now to correct.
Understood. And you cited that your children were a motivator for you to kind of enter the political arena. Were there any other motivators?
Self motivation, a need to make a difference, When you know better, you try to do better. The more information that you have, the better decisions that you can make. Um, I have worn many hats in the community when it comes to my portfolio as a trade unionist. I was the general secretary of the Trade Union Congress. Uh, so that's at another level of knowing what is needed to make life better for the regular Bermudian that just is trying to make ends meet.
And lastly, how has your experience as a Bermuda Reserve constable impacted your views on crime?
Oh well, because that was such a long time ago in my early early 20s. Um, because I'm a very social person. Uh, the the impact of putting on the uniform initially it was like, Dwight, what are you doing? But when you recognize that you have a job to do and you do it to the best of your ability, then people recognize that. So, but as far as how it impacts or what the climate was then as opposed to now, I would much rather be in that position then as opposed to now. It's very dangerous on the streets. Obviously, uh, young men have the temerity to shoot back at policemen now. That's unheard of in our society. However, I'm here for as an agent of change. So we will see.
I have one last question. As we see the state of affairs here in Bermuda, education, you quote them all.
Yes.
What might you say if you had the opportunity to share to the broader Bermuda on a discussion? Which would be your top three?
Repeat the question for me. Yeah, be more specific.
We
Sorry.
have so much our roads condition, our education,
Yes.
food prices,
Mm-hmm.
Balco bill, seniors that are struggling, a lot of people that are struggling. What might be your top priority? What would be your number one?
But you know,
Uh,
since you put it like that, and obviously it probably is, there is no right answer to this, Trevor. So because I'm a people person, I would put seniors first. Then I would do education, and then I would do economic. I think that you you have to take care of those that pave the road for us to even be standing and being able to speak in public like this. So that would be my number one, because I'm sure that they are such a disenfranchised demographic when it comes to healthcare and things of that nature. When it comes to education, education is near and dear, obviously, because that's my bread and butter. That's my career choice. There's a lot that is wrong. There is a lot that can be fixed. There are some good things as well. However, we can do much better. And then number three, the economic. We are struggling. We are perhaps going beyond paycheck to paycheck. We're at a lower tier now. So whereas like you're deciding whether to pay for this and forego that. Whether that means not putting food in your children's mouths or not paying this particular bill or that particular bill, you have to make life choices. Very hard. So that will be my top three.
C9, for those that don't know, C9 is a district where
That is Smith's West. That encompasses, let's see, Hermitage Road to um, going up to Middle Road, going around by Darren Seaman, the old Darren Seaman, and then going down towards Collectors Hill, uh, a little ways past Collectors Hill, Pokeoke area, Sale Road. Yes,
they see this held
that seat is held by my good friend, Mr. Campbell.
To be continued.
I appreciate you.
We want to thank those that have been watching, joining us.
All right.
This press conference here. And it-